Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Today I'm here to share with you some books I've acquired recently over the last few months. I have some that I've bought, I have some that I've received from publishers. I like to do one of these every few months so I can try to just, share with you, get them off my TBR cart, put them on, you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I have quite a lot. Actually, I have a fair amount, not a ton, but a fair amount. So let's get right on to it. But first, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Book of the Month. Book of the Month is an online book service for, you guessed it, readers. Each month, their team vets hundreds of new titles and selects 5 to 7 of the best new and sometimes early release books for you to choose from. In fact, their mission is to help new readers discover books they love and to promote the work of emerging authors. You can select one book or more, wink wink, and they also just recently launched their audiobooks as well. So in case you're an audiobook person and you never thought Book of the Month was the right fit, well, it is for you now. You can either decide to have a physical book or an audiobook, which is amazing. So you can choose it and download it and listen to it right in their app, which makes it easy and very accessible. Now that they offer 2 formats, members get to choose either a hardcover or an audiobook each month, which is always amazing. I always recommend Book of the Month because I love the different books they select. I love the wide variety of genres they select from, and I always discover new books that I never thought I'd be interested in, and they are always amazing. If you're interested in getting Book of the Month, you can try it out for the first time today. You can get your first book from Book of the Month for only $9.99 using the code SWEATER. Link it down in the description for you to go to, but again, you can just use the code SWEATER and you get your first book from Book of the Month for only $9.99, which is a steal, let me tell you. Books are expensive. We all know this. Book of the Month is here to help you, and they have some amazing selections this month. Books I selected for this month, I have a Christmassy one. I have The Kingdom of Sweets by Erica Johansson. This is kind of a take on it's a reimagining of the Nutcracker, only kind of scary. It tells the tale of twin sisters divided by envy and magic and set against each other on one fateful Christmas Eve. So the perfect time to read this. Amazing. And then I have a thrilling book because I just want to be scared apparently. We have No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. This is 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count. So we got a battle of the sisters here this month, which is awesome. So again, I always recommend checking out Book of the Month. They're awesome. I love their selections. Everything will be linked down below for you to learn more about and to click on the link and use the code SWEATER. So thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring a portion of this video. Let's get on to the haul. So like I said, I have a fair few that I bought. I did have these organized, but then my kids got into them, so we're just gonna have to just roll with it. So, of course, first up, I bought Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This is the 2nd book in the Fourth Wing series. I'm sure you've heard about Fourth Wing and blew up literally this year on TikTok. I did fall for the hype train. Have I read this one yet? No, but if you want a book series that gives you very much Divergent, Hunger Games with dragons, and love triangle with some steam, I would highly recommend this series. It's not to be taken too seriously, but is it addictive? Absolutely. So I will read this before the end of the year. Time, I don't know, it's hard to say. Then I have a couple books I got for my birthday, which was in September. Your girl turned the ripe old age of 35. That's right, yes, I'm 35. I probably look older, but either way, my husband so kindly bought me Gilmore Girls at Home and Stars Hollow. This is the picture book that I love. If you don't know, Gilmore Girls is my favorite show of all time, and it just shares the story of Lorelai and Rory, and I'm going to display it. I actually have an extra copy because one of my best friends also gave me this book. It's just my friends clearly know what I love, so I actually have a copy in Autumn's room, my daughter, and then I have my own, so it's like we have our own, like Lorelai and Rory, and yeah, it's beautiful, illustrated, I love it, and this is definitely a keepsake. And he also bought me Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. I've been wanting to read this. Will I read it this year? I don't know. It's a children's classic. I think I will really enjoy it. I really liked Little Woman, and I've told you guys repeatedly, I'm not the biggest classics person, so it took me years to realize that and be okay with it. But there are some classics I really do love, and it's the warm and cozy one, so I cannot wait to read this one. One day, she says. I just noticed I'm wearing my Mentally I'm in Stars Hollow shirt when I was talking about this. This is made by my friend Desi, darling Desi. She doesn't sell this one sadly anymore, but she sells some amazing ones that are just these sweaters, I'm telling you, are the perfect for cold. You can layer them, they're warm, they're comfortable, they're cute, so I'll link them down below. Like, I love wearing this. Moving on, I bought Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt, which I have actually already read and really enjoyed. This is about a comedian named Farley. She is very brash. She's a comedian, so you know she has to be very open. She has a manager named Meyer who used to be a very famous comedian, but then he became a dad, and he's a single dad, and his daughter is deaf. And so he's been her manager for years, and Farley is gonna become the next big name in comedy, really. So she goes on tour with these other two comedians, and they're like, you know what, let's boost your publicity some, let's have like a fake tabloid relationship. And so basically Farley and Meyer have to pretend they date, even though you can tell at the beginning of this book they so clearly have been pining for each other for literal years, and now they have to act like they really love each other. You know what I'm saying? But it was really cute, very funny, had a great father-daughter relationship, love the romance, would recommend it. Oh, another book I got for my birthday from my mom is You Again by Kate Goldbeck. I have not read this. It's the perfect fall cover. Like, it's beautiful. This is being very much compared to When Harry Met Sally, which is my favorite romantic comedy of all time. I love When Harry Met Sally. They were very much enemies, and they become friends, and they become not so friends. It's a beautiful, organic love story, the chemistry. So I think that's why I haven't read this yet, because I'm comparing it, I'm hyping it too much up in my head to When Harry Met Sally, and I'm like, is it really gonna be like that? Plus, I'm not gonna lie to you, I have heard the main characters are both really insufferable, and I don't do well with that. So I don't know. If you've read this, let me know. Is it very comparable to When Harry Met Sally, or is it a skip one? Seriously, let me know. I freaking hate Target sometimes. Like, I love Target, but then I hate them because they put these stupid stickers on there, and it's just, ugh. Anyway, I bought this one. You could probably tell by the title, Filthy Rich Vampire. You guys know I'm a sucker for anything vampires. This is a very steamy one. I think it's newly edited and in print for the first time. All I know, it's about a vampire named Julian who is single and the world's wealthiest vampire. And so he meets a girl named Thea, and he makes her an offer, pretend to be his lover, and he'll change her life. And for 1 year, they'll attend the seeds of the social events together in exchange for his protection and a way out of her mother's crippling medical debt. So, sounds interesting. I looked at the reviews, not the best, but I am always on the hunt for a good vampire romance. So, I have hopes. Whether they're high or not, I don't know, but I have hopes. And then I decided to buy Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. I've been on my library's list and still am forever for this book, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna buy it because I've heard really good things about it. This is a mystery thriller. It's a unique and wholly immersive thriller that puts readers squarely in the center of the action. So basically, in December 2003, Luke, the stepfather of acclaimed filmmaker Guy Howard, was found dead in the garden of a suburban family home. Guy was only a child asleep upstairs at the time of his murder. And it says 20 years later, the sensation new streaming series Infamous is dedicated to investigating and perhaps cracking this famous cold case, because nobody has figured out who killed Luke Ryder and things like that. And so it says the production team will re-examine testimony, re-interview witnesses, and once again scour for evidence. The family will speak. The key players will be rented on camera. The truth will come out. Are you ready to see it? So it's kind of podcasty, but also like a Netflix documentary, which I eat that junk up. So I have very high hopes for this one. This is a pretty thick thriller, I would say, too. Oh, it's also really told, like, it's got a lot of mixed media into it. It's got a call sheet. It's got, like, interviews in it. It's actually all told, it looks like, mixed media. I did not know that. This is going to be long, but it's going to be a quick read if it's literally all told in, like, scripts and call sheets and interviews. I'm really excited for this one. I have some nonfiction ones I bought recently. So first up is You're Going to Make It by Lisa Turquoise. Hopefully I pronounced her name. I have read several of her books and really enjoy them. This is a 50 morning and evening devotion to unrush your mind, uncomplicate your heart, and experience healing today. So I think I'm on like day 20 of this, but basically it's a very short devotion in the morning and a short time in the evening. And I really enjoy them. I really love her writing style. And like I said, every evening you get to something to release back to God from today, so I really enjoy that. So I really like this. I got this from my friend as well, so I like it. And then the other one, I did join the Christian book club that's happening right now on Instagram and YouTube. I will leave it linked down below. I believe it's called the Revive Book Club, and the first book she picked out for that is called Every Woman a Theologian by Felicia Masonheimer, and this is a very interesting book. So this is know what you believe, live it confidently, communicate it graciously. So this really dives into kind of theology and learning more about things. And I am not the best with that. Like, yes, I am a Christian, but I don't know theology very well. So this has really taught me a lot. I am only halfway through. I believe I just started chapter 6. There's 8 chapters in this. I'm really enjoying it. I also bought the workbook to go with it, and it asks questions each week, and it's really great. I usually am pretty fast with Christian nonfiction because I just like reading it every night. It's a good way to kind of hone my mind and my prayers and all that kind of stuff. But this has taken me a lot longer because it is just straight up info heavy. You learn a lot about the Bible, about God. It's very info heavy, which is a good thing. But with that, especially at night, it takes me a long time to read, which I'm not mad about at all. I'd rather take time to absorb it. But I really enjoy it. I highly recommend it, even if you're a seasoned Christian or a newfound Christian. This is a great kind of accompanying thing to read. I love it. The last 2 books I bought are some Christmassy books, and that is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. This has been previously published, but now it's being in paperback. And I don't know anything about this. It says she's going to save Christmas just to spite him. And it's about a single dad and town manager Noah. I always feel weird when I read books with the character Noah because my son's name is Noah. And basically TV star Katarina King shows the camera crew, and can these enemies work together to pull off a Christmas miracle, or will their fighting lead them both on the naughty list? Typical Christmas stuff. And then I have A Winter in New York by Josie Silver. I haven't read one of her books since One Day in December, which I love. Some people don't, but I love it. And this one is it says a young chef stumbles upon a secret family recipe that might lead her to the love and life she's been looking for. If you've watched my new Christmas romances, I kind of go into more detail about it. It's a very weird and interesting premise, but it doesn't seem overly Christmassy, so I don't know. But I have hopes for it. Again, whether they're high or not, I don't know. So those are all the books I bought. Quite a fair few, and I've only read a couple of them, so I really need to get moving. Just for kidding, I forgot I bought another book. My books are unorganized. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is kind of the sequel companion novel to Icebreaker, which was very popular on TikTok this year. I liked it. Was it amazing? No. Was it too long? Yes. This is about 2 characters that were from that book, if I'm not mistaken, Russ and Aurora, and they have a one-night stand, and then they run each other, and then days later they run into each other at their new jobs at summer camp. And Russ knows breaking the camp's strict no staff fraternizing rule will have him heading back to Maple Hills before the summer is over. But unfortunately for him, Aurora has never been good about caring about the rules. So I don't know. We'll see. So now, moving on to books I've got a lot from Berkeley, per usual. I have Hunt on Dark Water by Katie Robert, and I looked at this, and it says, a stern captain meets his witchy match in this captivating first fantasy novel, and it's about a witch that, and I think it's about a pirate. It says the tension heats up between them, the danger at sea escalates. If she betrays the crew, then she and Bowen will both pay the ultimate price. A witch and a pirate? Yes! I'm here for it. I have the rom-con, not com, my friend, by Devin Daniels. This is a modern battle of the sexes about a journalist who hatches an elaborate plan to take down her professional rival. Sounds almost kind of like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which I really enjoy. I am a sucker for late 90s, early 2000s romantic comedies. But yeah, I think that's what it's about. Her cat and mouse game started to spiral out of control. Cassidy has to decide if she's playing to win or if she's willing to lose it all for love. I have 3 more from Berkeley. Good Girls Don't Die by Christina Henry. This is a thriller, and it's a sharp-edged, supremely twisty thriller about 3 women who find themselves trapped inside stories they know they aren't own. So it's about 3 people that wake up I don't know, one wakes up in a house she doesn't recognize. There's a little girl who claims to be her daughter and a man who claims to be her husband, but she knows this is not her life. Another one's supposed to be on a fun weekend getaway, but then her friend's boyfriend unexpectedly drives the group to a remote cabin in the woods. Oh, hell no. And then Maggie wants to be home with her daughter, is in a dangerous situation, doesn't know who put her there or why. She'll have to fight with everything she has survived. So 3 women that have to fight for their lives, and it sounds intense. I don't know if I will ever have the emotional capacity to read this, but thank you, Berkeley. And then I have A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch by Sarah Hawley. I believe this is the sequel to another book, I'm not mistaken. It says Callida Cunnington curses the day she met Astaroth the demon, but when he shows up memoryless, why does she find him so helpless and sorta hot? So it's literally a demon's guide to wooing a witch, which, hey, why not? And then lastly, I have Do Your Worst by Rosie Denon. This is about an archaeologist and an occult expert. So there's like this mansion in Ireland that's kind of like supposedly haunted. Like everyone's always tried to work on it. It's been like killed or something like that. And so we have our main character, Riley, who she's trying to figure out why this is exactly haunted. And then we have Clark, who is the archaeologist. He's going to try to work on this. They have to kind of work together. He doesn't believe in supernatural. She does. You get what I'm saying. Should have read this in Halloween time. Hindsight is 2020. Then I have Ali Hazelwood's new YA book, but I've also heard that it's kind of new adult, and that is Check and Mate, like I said, by Ali Hazelwood. I don't know. It says Charming Riot of a YA debut, so maybe it is a YA debut. I have no clue. Is it about chess? I guess. I think it is about chess. Yeah, it's about chess, which is perfect. I wish this would have came out when The Queen's Gambit, because I love that show. I devoured the mess out of that show. So will I read this because of that? There's a good chance. And then lastly, I have 3 books from Bloom. First up, we have, I think this is a new book. I'm not 100% sure. It's Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. This is the first book in the Lakefront Billionaire series. I don't know if this was previously published, but now it's been picked up by, I don't know if this was previously indie published and now it's being picked up by a traditional publisher. I'm not sure, but she wrote the Dreamland Billionaires. So this is the Lakefront Billionaires. So this is about Julian and Delilah. This is about Julian and Dahlia. If I ever caught on fire, Dahlia would fan the flames out with a smile. Okay, well, I guess basically it's about childhood rivalries. Our temporary truce becomes compromised as we face a year's worth of denied attraction and mixed emotions. So, yeah, I'm not sure, like I said, if this is first. Oh, it's even got a little map in it. But I did really like her first one. I can't remember the name of it. I really can't. But either way, hopefully I'll read this somewhat soon. And then I have 2 Elsie Silver books that have recently been the covers have been redesigned. I have Heartless, which I believe is the 2nd book in the Chestnut Spring series, and then Powerless, which is the 3rd book. I have read the first one, which is called, I don't remember. But I did really like it. It was about a bull rider and kind of like a publicity girl, and it was super cute, super steamy, so it's kind of going off the same vein. This one says working as a nanny for the world's grumpiest single dad. Should be simple, except she can't keep her eyes off of him. I believe it's about the main character's brother in this one. Then we have 2 childhood friends, 2 broken hearts, 1 impromptu road trip to get away from everything. That's all this was supposed to be. But it never quite is. So you get what I'm saying. So yeah, super cute. I will eventually read these, much like all of these. But either way, those are all the books I have to share with you today. Quite a lot. I need to get to reading. So yeah, if you've heard any of these books, as always, please let me know down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.